Back at IRP, race number 13 of the 2026 season in the ARCA Menards Series. We've had a lot of rain, we've had a lot of heat in recent weeks. This is perfect. 78-degree night, cloudy, no rain in the forecast, knock on wood, northeast breeze at 3 to 5. The Suchi Power Pex Pole Award was won today by the 28 of Carson Brown.
Yeah, Carson was 7th fastest in practice, but he did not make a mock qualifying run like a lot of other drivers did. He saved it when it really counted for this pole.
His 6th start of the season, we mentioned earlier, his worst finish all year has been 3rd, and he won the 2nd race of the year back in the spring at Phoenix. With that, we take a look at the LiUNA 150 presented by Ideal Garage Doors starting grid. Annunziata, our last winner in the series, and we just mentioned Carson Brown on the pole for PRG.
Yeah, 2-time winner this year, Max Reeves, will start from the inside of road number 2, and our Toledo winner, Tristan McKee, will start outside road number 2.
Couple of stars, row 3. Gavin Boschel, he's going to do the double with the trucks later on tonight. And Isabella Robusto, 3rd in points, but it's been a tough luck run here. She's looking to reverse her fortunes here in Indianapolis.
Everybody knows Caden Hunting got 2nd Truck Series points coming in here, won this year in the Truck Series as well as the ARCA Series. But how about Bryce Applegate? What a great qualifying effort for that young man in road number 4.
20-year-old from Simpsonville, Kentucky, driving for Mullins Racing in that Ford. And the rest of the field, including Isaac Kitzmiller, the son of Jason Kitzmiller.
See Hunter Wright back on road number 8. He actually finished in the top 10 here last year.
Zachary Tinkle and Takuma Koga. And you see on down the line there with Destiny Spurlock. She's got a lot of talent in that 66.
You see Michael Maples back on road number 14. He actually blew an engine in his 99 car, and actually they jump in the 91 that Ryan Vargas was going to pilot tonight. So tough break for both Michael Maples and Ryan Vargas.
34 cars in the field. Muller, Laster, Smith, and Shearer as they roll off the grid and get set to do it here in the LiUNA 150 presented by Ideal Garage Doors. What a battle between Bowman and Annunziata here in 2026.
Yeah, I think we've settled into a 2-man race for this championship, but look at these numbers. You see top 5 finishes, top 10 finishes for Jake Bowman, the most in the series. You see that big win, though, by Annunziata at Lime Rock. Average finishes both better than 10th. And that's why our point battle is so close right now. Only 8 points. That's as close as it's been between Bowman and Annunziata all year long.
Then it's Robusto, Kitzmiller, and Koga. The top 5 in points. 7 to go after tonight. How about a race analysis? We mentioned how much fun this track is. 150 laps here tonight.
Yeah, just over 100 miles. This racetrack is just shy of 7/10 of a mile. You see, we're going to have a scheduled race break on or near lap number 75. And Brent Cruz went to victory lane in that 18 Joe Gibbs car last year.
So no pressure, Max Reeves, but an opportunity for him to continue his fine season. Reeves part-time, obviously, in that number 18 car for Joe Gibbs Racing, making his 7th start with 2 wins. A 4th place finish, and everything's been a top 10 except for he's 11th at Toledo.
Carson Brown has chosen the outside, as is his privilege by being our pole winner. And I was watching last year's race, and every single restart, the outside prevailed. We talk about the outside, this progressively banked racetrack, a little bit more grip on the outside right now. But if any slip by that guy on the outside, then the inside guy has less distance to go around that corner. So it's going to be interesting to watch here. But again, the outside has been the prevailing restart position.
Going to be a fun one here at IRP, and a tremendous weekend of stock car racing between here and about 7 miles away at the Brickyard. Doubleheader tonight, the trucks later on FS1. But right now, it's the ARCA Menards Series. Green flag in the air.
Really even start by the front row. Watching Annunziata try to push Carson Brown up the racetrack.
Down the backstretch for the first time into 3 and 4. It's Annunziata and Brown. Door to door on lap number 1 with the 18 right there in Max Reeves.
How about Honeycutt down against that grass we were talking about? What a great battle, lap number 1.
advertised so far, Phil. We knew it'd be good and then exciting and electrifying. It's Brown.
Nunziata doing a real nice job staying right with the Brown. Now he's going to slide in behind him though, but never put a fender on him. Great hard racing. Three wide.
Yeah, back there with Honeycutt and Robusto, part of that mix. Brown's first lap's led since Watkins Glen.
Contact right there between Robusto and Tristan McKee in the 77 car.
No surprise there. Lap number 3 of 150.
See Honeycutt now trying to move to the inside of Max Reeves. Just take a look back, Brendan, at that contact between Robusto and Tristan McKee. Again, 3 wide. Isabella stuck in the middle. She got loose even before she got to the corner. Really did a nice job holding onto that car.
Mentioned tough luck for Robusto. Coming off a 25th at Lime Rock, 13th at Chicagoland before that. Fort Mill, South Carolina, the 21-year-old.
Tristan McKee's going to try to make the move to the inside of Max Reeves to try to grab that 4th spot.
He's in that other Pinnacle Racing Group car. He's only 15 from Kannapolis, North Carolina.
You see how much flatter, it's visibly flatter down there on the bottom of the racetrack than it is up in the upper grooves, like where Max Reeves is running right now. Here comes Caden Honeycutt, too, moves to the inside of Annunziata, trying to grab that runner-up spot.
Good battles all over the track. And you said we would see every groove right out to the wall. Already lap traffic here on the 6th lap of the race. Brown out front by 7/10. Then Annunziata, Honeycutt, Reeves, and McKee.
Yeah, as the tires get hot and they get the air pressure built up, it's going to be a little bit harder to make that move on the inside work. But right now, Caden Honeycutt's trying to take advantage of those fresh tires.
He's +4 already in this race for Honeycutt, who will run the trucks later on tonight. 2nd points in that series. Did the double at Watkins Glen and won them both.
He actually went to Ace Speedway the day after that Watkins Glen double and won 2 Cars Tour races. Pro late model and late model stock the next day. 4 races in 2 days he won.
Pretty good if you can get it done. For more on him, down to Josh Sims.
Well, guys, I asked Caden Honeycutt about joining this team in the 17 car for this race, and he told me this was one of the places he circled. He knew after last year's truck race he simply needed to be better. He wanted to work on his throttle time, he wanted to work on conserving his tires, but he also wanted to make sure that people knew just how good Bruce Cook and this 17 car could be. There's open opportunities to hop in this car later this season. He wanted to show they can not only win races, that they can provide fast race cars, good race cars, and he's hoping to do that out here tonight while trying to sweep the weekend like he did at Watkins Glen, guys.
You know that 17 car is actually the car that won the Owners' Championship in the West Series a couple years ago. Bruce Cook, along with Steve McGowan, owned that car, and Caden Honeycutt was part of that.
Working lap 10. Look at Annunziata in the 7. He runs 2nd. Honeycutt there in 3rd. Making moves early on in this race. 18. Smoke coming out. Caution here. Max Reeves there, and the 77 of McKee with damage to the left front.
A lot of damage to that PRG car. We saw the smoke from the 18. I wonder if there was some contact between. Oh, that's going to be terminal damage, I think, for Tristan McKee.
So frustrating.
See if we can figure out what happened here. You see Max Reeves in the 18. Oh. Max ran across the grass. Ran out of room down there.
3 wide at IRP. Early caution here tonight. '77 brings out our first caution, and they are done for the night here at IRP. Tristan McKee getting on the golf cart, headed to the care center. Our winner at Toledo, he was runner-up at Phoenix. A promising season for the 15-year-old ends early tonight.
Yeah, see Max Reeves runs through the grass there, and that allows Tristan McKee to get side by side. They come up on this lap car, the 34, and again, it's incumbent on that lap car to realize, his spotter realized that they're too wide, the leader's coming, to give them more room, and there wasn't that much room there. Max gave Tristan some room, but there just wasn't enough room in between that 34 car. You see Max turn down off the wall, which is the normal line you would take, and they made that contact. Just tough break for Tristan McKee. And remember, there's implications for the E-Series championship. Tristan McKee came out here with a 20-point lead over the 18 of Max Reeves in the E-Series championship. A combination race here with the National Series.
A couple of very young kids. Live and learn situation. One of them's 15 years of age, one is 16. And today's Rookie Spotlight brought to you by Bounty. The number 95 of Hunter Wright. He's 25 years old from Lebanon, Tennessee.
Yeah, we mentioned earlier Hunter had a top 10 finish back here last year. You see he's got 6 E-Series top 10 finishes. Typically runs the Pro Late Model Series at the National Fairgrounds, and he was their champion last year.
So Hunter Wright running 16th right now in that 95 car. Toyota, John Burns is crew chief. Mentioned first national start of the year in the ARCA Menards Series. Getting set to go back under green here. Lap 16. They're going to add one more, actually.
As you can see, Carson Brown has chosen the outside once again. The outside has prevailed.
So they added another lap. This Carson Brown is a kid to watch in this series. I mean, that's what the ARCA Series is all about, is young, talented drivers. And we came on the air tonight talking about what a stacked field it is. A couple of them going to be in the trucks later on. Carson Brown looking for another win here in 2026. And Annunziata, our last winner a couple of weeks ago at Lime Rock. A lot of good storylines early on in this one. Back under green at IRP.
Keep an eye on Honeycutt, that blue and white number 17. There he is, jumps to the bottom of the racetrack.
Way to the underneath. Caden Honeycutt in the 17. Slips into third in a battle with Reeves in the 18, and now going after the 70 of Annunziata.
25, first look we've had at Gavin Boschel. He's had an outstanding year in the limited number of attempts he's been able to run here side by side with his teammate Isabella Robusto in the 55.
He's got 4 top 5s in his 5 races so far. Mentioned earlier, he's going to be in the truck starting 19th tonight in that race.
Yeah,
Honeycutt will roll up
6 races, I think, in the truck series for the remainder year for Gavin Boschel. There he is right there. Multi-race slate. I've read where it was going to be 6 races for him. Talented young driver for sure. Amanda.
Yeah.
Well, I have Gavin both in this race and tonight's race, so I talked to him quickly because we just finished up practice and qualifying. He talked about what a rush that was. While he did have sim time heading into IRP this weekend in trucks, he had never been in a truck for anything, no testing or nothing. But he said, now I got to switch back to the focus here in ARCA. And you talk about how lethal he's been when he's been inside of this car. But he talked about just what a milestone it is in his career. I was talking to some of the ARCA officials earlier about Gavin, and they said, we've been told for 10 years that this guy was going to make an impression here in racing, and he's already doing it right here in the ARCA Menards Series, guys.
So I guess he was 8 at the time. He's still only 18.
He's one of the, we've had 16 drivers in our starting field that have never run an ARCA race at IRP.
It's one of our favorite tracks on the circuit. I know it was one of your favorite tracks when you were racing.
Yeah, without a doubt. Again, but and just the vibe, though. The fact you're coming to one of the biggest motorsports, probably the biggest motorsports city in all the world, in Indianapolis. So it's just so much fun to be there.
It was cool. We had practice and qualifying for these guys earlier. Same for the trucks. While at the same time, about 7 miles away at the Brickyard, the O'Reilly Series guys and the Cup Series guys were on the track earlier today as well. Big weekend in this part of the country, and a lot on the line in all these series and stock car racing. Bowman running in the top 10, 8th, our points leader, still looking for his first win of the year in that 20 car.
All over the back of Bryce Applegate. Bowman typically gets better as the race wears on, too. You see him right now running back in the 8th spot. I think at the end of this race, we're probably going to find him up in the top 5. But again, Bryce Applegate really doing an outstanding job. Only his 2nd start of the year. He finished in the top 15 at Daytona early this year for Willie Mullins, doing a super job.
You mentioned the 5. Great crowd on hand here tonight. Back up front, it's Brown. By 7/10 over an Annunziata in that 28 PRG. He's led them all. Josh Sims in the care center with Tristan McKee.
Yeah, and your E-Series points leader, Tristan McKee, just released from the infield care center. What happened there from your perspective?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The 18 got in the dirt there and kind of got sideways, and I couldn't really just lift and kind of get behind him, so I went next to him, got up beside him, and then the lap car was kind of there, and I don't know, we all kind of just met in the middle, so it's hard to say what really happened. It kind of happened fast, so yeah, I don't know, it sucks. We were having something going on anyway before that, just weren't very good. Something was going on with the right front, and we were just really struggling, so I thought we could get it fixed up at the halfway break, but yeah, no, unfortunate into the day, but thanks to Freeway, Inspire, and everyone for making me, or for me, allowing me to do this.
Disappointing end to the day for Tristan McKee, guys.
Yeah, great battle here for the 3rd spot. Max Reeves on the inside, that black cookout car, and there's Caden Honeycutt, the blue and white 17. Heavy lap traffic that they're maneuvering around.
A lot to navigate here. Here's the 18 getting underneath the 17. That is a good corner by Max Reeves. Here they are side by side, but just nosing out in front is Honeycutt.
It's just hard to complete that pass. You can see Max with the momentum, but it's hard to keep that momentum up off the corner because, again, that's a flatter part of the racetrack, and the centrifugal force wants to push you to the outside, and he can't go where he wants to go because that 17 car's there. But it looks like he may have him clear. No, I thought he had him clear for just a moment, but look at the momentum from the high side.
It remains Honeycutt in 3rd, Reeves in 4th. There he dives underneath again. Talked about the progressive banking on this track as well.
Reeves does a nice job getting that car turned in the center of the corner, turns underneath that 17, but again, just cannot keep the power down up off the corner. He can get beside him in every single corner, just not able to finish the pass.
What does it take to finally complete the pass on this track?
Well, get close enough, get a little bit of momentum, maybe a slip by Caden Honeycutt or something like that, but be able to maybe do a little slider getting in the corner, or maybe get him hung in behind the lap car like that 34 car. But Honeycutt's going to actually pin Max Reeves behind the lap car.
I mean, for the 16-year-old Reeves against the 23-year-old Honeycutt, I mean, if nothing else, great learning experience right here, what he's trying to do in that 18.
Yeah, without a doubt, too. That's what Caden Honeycutt's here, too, is to manage his tires and manage the run as he tries to manage these lap cars, which is a bit of a challenge at this racetrack. Buscaglia in the 11 car for Andy Hillenberg. These drivers are about 4 seconds behind our leader, Carson Brown, right now. You got to give it to Max. He's trying every single corner to make something happen. I think if he was able to get by Honeycutt, he would probably drive away. I think that car is pretty darn good right now.
Little slide from the 17 out of the corner. Working lap 36. The LiUNA 150.
Good corner right there for Max Reeves. He had to check up just for a second because he wasn't exactly sure where that lap car was going to go.
Keeping an eye on this battle. Talked about Applegate with a good start to this race, running 7th, and Josh has more.
Yeah, guys, I talked to Bryce before the race, and he wanted to be known that he's a first-generation driver. The family doesn't come from a racing background, so him getting the bug early, getting an opportunity to race, and actually excelling at it. But this opportunity is huge for him. He calls this his hometown track. He's from Simpsonville, Kentucky, not too far from here, but he's really excited for this opportunity, and he talked about the fact that he got a chance to meet Josh Williams, who races in the O'Reilly Series, who gave him his first chance to race at Charlotte in the Bandoleros, won his first time out, finished runner-up his second time out. He's been very instrumental in helping him get to where he's at now. This is just the beginning for him, but look at how he's performing right now, running in the 7th position in that 3 car.
You got it. 13th at Daytona in his other start this season in the series.
He's a student at the University of North Carolina at Charlotte.
Battle's not going away for 3rd between Reeves in the 18, Honeycutt in the 17.
I was wondering if Max could do a little slider on him, but Caden drove it hard in the corner.
Look at him working the wheel, Honeycutt.
You know what's ironic is some might say, why doesn't Caden just let him go? He's obviously holding him up, or it seems as though he's holding him up, but he's really not slowing himself down much because he's running the line that he wants to run. He's not really running that line because the 18 cars are there, so he's really not slowing himself down any. I think he just wants to hold on to this 3rd spot.
Battle for 3rd here with Carson Brown out front by a little over a second on Thomas and Annunziata.
We talked a few laps ago about this battle being about 4 seconds behind Carson Brown. They really haven't lost much ground running side by side just about every corner.
Back to the leader, it's Brown on lap 42, nearly a 1/3 of the way through this race. Brown has led them all in that 28 for Pinnacle Racing Group. Stephen Dawson is crew chief on that Chevrolet.
Max just keeps working on him. I think Max is going to make it happen at some point. Again, it might take a little bit of a slide right there by Max. Might take using a lap car possibly to make this pass happen.
Coming up on the 69 of Landon Brown.
Let's see if he can pin that 17 behind that 69. There's lap cars everywhere, it seems like. Look how heavy that traffic is.
Forced into a 4 wide here. Well, that was advantageous, I would say, for Honeycutt on that sequence.
Got a glimpse a minute ago, but Isabella Robusto is moved in to join this battle. Now she's behind a couple of those lap cars, but she's making some moves as well as Bochelle right behind Isabella.
She had a 5th and a 6th place finish back-to-back before 2 difficult outings in a row. She was good at Berlin and Elko, those very short tracks in the Midwest, but then has fallen on hard times and kind of, started on a rough note with that 37th at Daytona, 21st at Phoenix, 22nd at Kansas. Talented young driver trying to put it together this season.
Yeah, and a good racetrack for her too. She finished 4th in this race last year, so looking to grab her another top 5 finish. And she is, though, holds the record for the most top 5s by a female in the ARCA Menards Series. Max just about has Caden cleared. Let's see if he can drive it hard down in the corner. Now move up, Max.
There it is, out in front of the 17, and finally Max Reeves able to make the pass on Honeycutt for the moment.
Let's see it now if he's able to drive away from Honeycutt, which I suspect he will. I think that car's a little bit better than Honeycutt's right now, as Isabella in that 55 moves in.
She runs 5th. Reeves gets the pass done into 3rd. It's Brown out front. Lap number 48. You're watching ARCA Racing from IRP on FS1. ARCA Racing on FS1 is brought to you by General Tire. #GT Delivers. and by Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Indianapolis Raceway Park, and a Reese's sweet move of the race. It took a long time, but finally the 18 able to make that pass.
I think we ran about 30 laps after that caution flag with these two cars running side by side. Finally, Max was able to make it happen. And in the 4 or 5 laps since he made that happen, he's opened up 3-second advantage over Caden Honeycutt. We suspected that his car was a lot faster right then, and it certainly has proven that.
Visit ARCARacing.com Monday, 3 Eastern, to see who's crowned Reese's sweet move of the race. Robusto moments ago made the pass for 4th on Honeycutt, but Caden has regained that position. Good battle between the 17 of Honeycutt and the 55 of Robusto.
Yeah, and Bochelle in the 25 is right there as well. You see him right behind Isabella. There's a 25. Yeah, Bruce Cook will get a hold of that 17 car during our mid-race break, make some adjustments to that car. He's going to need something to be able to run with those top 3 cars. I think we have a similar situation right now for Isabella. If she's able to get by Caden Honeycutt, I think she will drive away also. Caden is just doing all he can do to keep the pace that car has.
She made the pass briefly when we were in commercial break, but by the time we came back, it was Honeycutt back out in front of her in 4th.
About 15 laps away from our mid-race break, where these teams will have 5 minutes to make adjustments, change 4 tires, add fuel, as Bochelle now tries to move to the inside of Isabella. Has to tuck in behind, coming off the corner.
5 cars getting better on this long run. Part of that fleet of Nitro Motorsports cars.
Another one of them, 55 of Isabella, another Nitro car.
Caution. Second time on a spin from the 15 of Ashton Higgins.
Ashton was doing a nice job running up in the top 10. His first ARCA start in a number of years. You see right beside him, Tristan McKee has made it back out on the racetrack. His guys have been able to jump in there, make repairs, get him back on the racetrack. Again, racing for that E-Series championship.
And again, well off, way behind in laps, but good for him to get out there.
Michael Maples, the 91, also turned around right at the start-finish line.
You mentioned he's filling in for Ryan Vargas in that 91 car here tonight. It's the ARCA Menards Series 2026 season, race number 13. There's been a lot happening tonight at IRP as the 15th goes around, bringing out our second caution. Welcome back to the LiUNA 150 presented by Ideal Garage Doors. Picture perfect night. Temperatures in the 70s here at Indianapolis Raceway Park. Second caution, the 15 spun moments ago.
He is moving to the inside in a battle for position with Andrew Patterson. Just got a little bit loose as he crossed over the seams between lanes. Did his best to try to stay off that 40 of Patterson. Around he went. There's another view of it right there, but did a nice job keeping it off the wall. And then we saw that Michael Maples in the 91 car was against the inside wall. Here he is coming off turn 4. Not sure exactly what happened there, but he got behind in his steering. I don't think he made very hard contact with the inside wall, but his car would not refire. He had to wait for a push, so he has rejoined the field now. There he is right there getting. He did make a little bit of contact right at the start-finish line into the inside wall.
91 on pit road. Talked about Michael Maples filling in for Vargas. Working on the right rear quarter of that car. Previous winners at IRP, obviously always a popular place to come and then get a victory and get into victory lane here.
Yeah, without a doubt. How about Ty Dillon back in his championship year? There's Brandon Jones. Went to victory lane. Chase Briscoe in his championship year. Christian Eckes back in 2018. And then Chandler Smith went 3 times in a row here. They weren't 3 consecutive years. Jesse Love and then Connor Zilich a couple years ago. And last year it was Brent Cruz in that 18 car.
So you're saying if you win here, the future, it bodes well for your future in stock car.
Yeah, most of those drivers have went on to win in different series in NASCAR, either O'Reilly or Cup or whatever the case may be, as well as trucks. So if you can make it happen here at IRP, you're a pretty decent race car driver, that's for sure.
Caden Honeycutt, he's the guy that's got a chance here today. And today's Hot One is brought to you by Richmond. It is the 17 of Honeycutt doing the first of his double here tonight.
You see right there, little shotgun there.
That was at Watkins Glen.
Yeah, there he is, victory
Friday.
lane. Yeah, went back to back, same day, trying to do that again here tonight. We'll run the truck race later on.
Remember, he was coming off what he deemed to be a very disappointing runner-up finish at Texas previously in the truck series.
Yeah, he's a little hard on himself, it seems like at times. But I don't think right now that he has what he needs to contend for this win. But again, we're going to have a mid-race break here shortly, Josh, for him to work on that car.
Yeah, and the team is already talking about the adjustments they need to make. He's been complaining about not having the drive off he needs. He told me after practice that the car was just simply too free. He's been battling that as well. So they're going to go to work during that stage break to see if they can give him something to get him back in contention, guys.
Got it. Thank you, Josh. Josh, as well as Amanda Busick on pit road here tonight. Busy night for them. Fun night with the trucks later on here on FS1. And here on lap 68, finishing up our second caution. Again, he talked about it. The mid-race break scheduled on or around lap number 75. Coming to green here with Brown, the control car, the Chevrolet, followed by 6 Toyotas, led by the 70 of Thomas Annunziata.
See, no restart zone here in the ARCA Series. That line is the restart line. Annunziata did a nice job not beating that 28 to the line. But how about Honeycutt? They're going to try to grab that second spot, use that outside line. Look at Max Reeves down against the grass.
Honeycutt goes high in the 17. Annunziata underneath him in the 70. Reeves is right there in the 18.
Going to be a great battle for second and third and fourth here as we wind down to the mid-race break.
Good restart for Gavin Moschel. He's top 5. Robusto slips to 6th in the 55 car.
How about the 18 of Max Reeves all over the side of that 70 of Annunziata? Look at Moschel.
Moschel, you got it. In the 25 Nitro. Wrapping the bottom here. Through the turn. Side by side with Reeves.
Annunziata able to prevail in that battle with Max Reeves. Now Moschel. Oh, Destiny Spurlock is around.
66 of Spurlock brings out our third caution. She was running 14th here on lap 71.
She keeps it running and does not lose another lap. Nice job by Destiny. I think now that we're close enough to that mid-race break lap that the ARCA officials may deem this the mid-race break. We'll have to wait and get confirmation from the ARCA officials.
She raised some eyebrows with that top 10 at Kansas early on in the year. Best finish since 13th at Michigan in early June. Indeed, you are right, Phil. On 72, this will be the scheduled caution here at the midpoint. Third caution of the night, Spurlock around. You're watching the ARCA Menards Series on FS1. ARCA Racing on FS1 is brought to you by Menards. Save big money at Menards. And by Bounty, the quicker picker-upper. Fantastic crowd on hand. Perfect night, Indianapolis Raceway Park. Mid-race break, it was scheduled, and we start with Josh Sims.
And let's start with the 17 of Caden Honeycutt, trying to go 2 for 2 in his starts in the ARCA Menards Series. So far, that car has not been the way he's wanted to. He's struggled with drive off. That car has been a little bit free as well. They're going to make a number of adjustments, including a track bar adjustment, to see if they can get it where he needs to be and he can contend for that win, Amanda.
Hey, Josh, yeah, I'm taking a look at Thomas Annunziata in the 70 and the change happening here. They are working on the left side of that car there. I saw them kind of rub some of the marbles out of the front grille of Thomas Annunziata as he picked up in that first half. half. But talking to Shannon Rush about the communication that Thomas was talking to us at the beginning of the race, said that he's a different racing driver from Phoenix to now as they try to key him in to win here on an oval. Josh?
Your pole sitter, Carson Brown, we heard from him at the start of the race that practice session did not go the way they wanted it to. Every adjustment they made did not help out. Still able to win the pole in the race. Feels like the car is much better. Feels like he's good on entry, good through the center. Sometimes he's lacking a little bit of lateral, but otherwise that car is good for the 28 right now. Led 72 laps so far this evening.
Josh, thank you. He has led them all, to your point. Carson Brown been the class of the field at the midpoint from Indianapolis Raceway Park on FS1.
Well, one of those drivers at 8 p.m. that will be in a fire suit is this guy right here, Grant Enfinger, also a champion in the ARCA Menards Series. But you like to hang out and around here, and you're working with the Kitzmillers here this weekend. What kind of information are you relaying to those guys tonight?
Trying to help Isaac a little bit here. But yeah, all these guys are out of our shop. It's in general been a little bit of a struggle for our CR7 Motorsports guys today. I feel like Isaac's made some improvements. We unloaded really, really bad, I feel like, with our Grand County Motor Chevrolet. Derek Smith made some really good adjustments. We relied on our Aspire teammates some, and by the time we got to qualifying, I think we made some big improvements. So maybe we're in the ballpark when we start the race tonight.
Kind of told on himself a little bit that he's using it to keep his mind busy too. And Ty Dillon hanging out with us here on a Friday night is too. And it's a huge weekend of motorsports in Indianapolis. What brings you by on a Friday?
First of all, it's better than being stuck in the hotel room tonight, but just this racetrack. There's so much history here, and I was able to win in the ARCA Menards Series back in the day here, and but also just here to support my truck teammates at Colleague Racing, having some fun with those guys. So you just love racing, and there's a track near you, try to go visit it, and come to see the stars of tomorrow here in the ARCA Series as well. Carson Brown's doing a great job tonight, and just all these guys, and I enjoy being at the racetrack and having a little fun.
Thank you, Ty. And guys, yeah, we'll keep our eyes out down here because I imagine we're going to see a lot of these Cup drivers, maybe IndyCar drivers down here tonight as well.
Absolutely. Ahmed all over it. Appreciate it. And there's Enfinger in that 9 truck. Man, it was impressive what he did at Lime Rock.
Boy, it sure was.
Well, Jake Bowman is the points leader, still looking for win number 1 this season in that 20 car, running 8th right now. Solid, not spectacular for Bowman so far tonight.
Yeah, we'll see what kind of changes his crew chief Doug George was able to make for him, but he has been consistent for sure. Only 1 finish this season outside the top 10. He leads the league in top 5s and top 10s. You see top 5 in 6 of his last 7 races, best average finish. And he's our point leader by 8 points right now over Annunziato.
8 top 5s. Lead the league. I like that. There it is. Live standings only 3 back now for Annunziata at this moment.
Yeah, with Annunziata running 3rd right now and Bowman running 8th, that means a 5-point pickup, 1 point per position. Neither one of those drivers has led. Obviously, Carson Brown has led every lap. So see if Doug George is able to make some changes on the car. Shannon Rush, we've watched him all through the years make a lot of good changes as well for that 70 car. And again, he was running 2nd prior to that last restart. Lost that spot to Caden Honeycutt on the restart. Let's see what happens here on this next one.
Back up to the leader, it's Carson Brown on the 28. For PRG, he won at Phoenix. He ran 2nd at Watkins Glen, 3rd at Toledo, 3rd at Pocono, and 3rd at Lime Rock.
And he also runs the ASA Superstars Series. He's run 5 races there this year, leads the points. In 5 races, he has 3 wins and 2 seconds. So his worst finish this year is 3rd.
That's wild.
In anything he's driven, just about.
Man. Frustrating for his teammate, Tristan McKee, who is back out there. Terminal damage earlier. Well, I guess not quite terminal, but
over 40 laps behind.
Yeah,
though, so.
It's just a tough spot to be in, Phil, but he's a young kid, right? Not bad to at least be out on the track, I would assume.
Yeah, we don't know how compromised that car is, but again, he just has to, the way the point system works, he just has to go soldier on and try to gain as many spots, through attrition as he can.
Green flag back in the air for the 2nd half of this race tonight here at IRP. Way to the bottom once again as the 17 of Honeycutt trying to get underneath Carson Brown, who's led them all.
How about 3 wide there for 3rd? Boschel on the very bottom, Annunziata in the middle.
Reeves on the outside trying to stick her nose in there as Robusto in the 55. Paddle for the lead, paddles everywhere off the restart.
There's Bowman as well, that 20 car. We just talked about him trying to work to the inside of Robusto. Good battle for the lead up top here. Caden Honeycutt trying to do something with Carson Brown as Bowman tries to move around the 55 of Robusto. Look at Honeycutt, moves to the outside, actually grabs that lead for a moment here. I think he will be able to prevail from the outside of the racetrack because he will have momentum off the corner.
Honeycutt in the 17 to the top and to the front. And our first lead change of the night. Here on lap 79, it's Honeycutt to the point.
Talk about the changes that Bruce Cook was able to make here side by side. Now this is a battle for fifth. Reeves and the 55 of Robusto. Rochelle was able to grab that fourth spot. It actually is driven away from this side-by-side battle. Contact!
They wreck the 15 around as well as the 18, and then the 3 of Applegate as well. Caution for the 4th time.
See, Max Reeves is able to get that car refired. Applegate slid into the left front corner of Robusto's car. A little bit of damage there. You see that splitter is pulled up here. That's going to hurt that front downforce on that 18 car of Max Reeves. Good bit of damage to Bryce Applegate's number 3 with a great run going.
Frustrations continue for Robusto. The 97 with the damage of Jason Kitzmiller.
Looks like Robusto may have been able to get that car finally refired. Has to wait for the field to go by though before she can rejoin the field. Applegate jumps out of his car. Tough break for that youngster. Watch Isabella on the inside, that 55. She gets a little bit loose, makes slight contact with the 18, Bryce Applegate, with nowhere to go. Comes along, hits her basically in the door. Just hard racing like we saw earlier between the 18 of Max Reeves and Tristan McKee in the 77. There was no lap car involved.
Look at Bowman able to sneak through there.
Barely.
Now
Isaac Kitzmiller was also barely able to get around. You see the damage for Jason Kitzmiller came from contact into the back of Quinn Davis.
55 and the 18. Bring out our 4th caution. Lap 80 here at IRP. Welcome back to the LiUNA 150, presented by Ideal Garage Doors. Indianapolis Raceway Park. 5 cars involved, including the 55. She's on the hook, and there's the 18 of Reeves, damage to the left front.
Yeah, that will compromise that car for sure.
You mentioned the splitter too.
Yeah. Here's another look at it. You see Isabella's on the inside trying to make the move. Gets a little bit loose. She has to turn down as Max Reeves takes his normal interest in the corner. As she turns down, she got a little bit loose and obviously made contact. Bryce Applegate with absolutely nowhere to go. There it is right there. There's the contact. Max does a nice job lighting up the rear tires to keep that car from backing into the outside wall. So no other contact from any other cars. Actually, that contact came from Bowman. Bowman's right rear corner is what messed up the splitter on Max Reeves' car.
It's a fine line.
See, Max is going to make his way down pit road for Matt Ross and his guys to come and see what kind of repairs they can make to that car.
Meantime, a Reese's Sweet move of the race. Right before that, we promised nonstop action. We have seen it, including our first pass for the lead just moments before that wreck.
Yeah, we saw the 17 of Caden Honeycutt jump to the outside of Carson Brown. He was able to use that momentum up off the corner to grab that lead. First time Carson Brown has lost the lead this entire race. There's another view. That's when you're really vulnerable here at this racetrack, when you let somebody get to your right rear corner and get that outside position on you, because that is the fastest way around the racetrack typically.
Visit ARCARacing.com Monday, 3 Eastern, to see who's crowned Reese's Sweet move of the race. By the way, last time Honeycutt led on a short track in the ARCA Menards Series, 5 Flags Speedway in 2019.
That's a while ago.
Been a long time. Good stuff from our guy Scott here. Isaac Kitzmiller, third right now at points in the ARCA East Series. Of course, you talked about a points-paying race tonight for both the National Series and the East Series. The 17-year-old in that 79 car.
Yeah, really does a nice job. Always solidly up in the top 10 whenever we see him. Nice young man, too. He will turn 18 next year after Daytona. I think he will probably run, the plan is to run the rest of the races once he is of age. He will not have to miss very many races, but I think he will miss that race at Daytona. But very talented youngster, and I know he makes his dad proud every time he sees him run.
He's the defending champ in the East Series, and I mentioned third entering tonight here in 2026. He's made up 6 spots since the start of the race and up into the top 5. For that's ACR Motorsports Chevrolet.
See, Max Reeves is back on the racetrack now, that 18 car, with what repairs that Matt Ross and his guys were able to initiate.
So he'll be, got him listed final car in the lead lap here. Is that?
Yeah, he stayed on the lead lap for sure, yeah.
Well, tonight, under the lights, the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series here in Indianapolis at IRP. The world's best truckers trying to grab a victory. The action begins 8 Eastern right here on FS1.
Seen a little bit of beating and banging. We're going to see a little more beating and banging tonight in that Truck Series race.
I can't wait.
So much on the line. And what are we, 3 races until the chase starts in the Truck Series?
Jamie Little, Michael Waltrip, Regan Smith will be in the booth for that one tonight under the lights. Backstretch here coming green. Next time around, it's Honeycutt and then Brown, Bushell Annunziata, and Isaac Kitzmiller.
Let's see who can get the jump here. Let's see what Carson Brown is able to do from the inside. This is the first time he will restart from the inside of the racetrack.
Controlled car on the outside of Honeycutt. Green flag back in the air.
Nice jump, but look at Carson Brown go down to the grass to try to take the short way around. Look at that battle for third. Bushell side by side with Annunziata. Look at Bushell pitch Annunziata down.
Banging doors down the front stretch. Lap 89 of 150. Bushell and Annunziata, the battle for third.
Bushell's going to grab that spot.
He has just gotten better and better as this race has gone on. He'll run the trucks tonight. He and Honeycutt both. And right now they're first and third here in the ARCA Menards Series.
Good battle behind Bowman. There you see Isaac Kitzmiller and the 15 car of Ashton Higgins. Remember, Ashton Higgins spun early, lost a lap, got the free pass. There's Andrew Patterson. First time we've seen Andrew in a while. Remember, he had a runner-up finish at Salem last year driving one of those nitro cars. So we know he can get it done. Doing a nice job here, solidly up in the top 10.
23-year-old from Dayton, Ohio, Chevrolet. Andrew Patterson Racing making just his second start of the year. Nice little run for him with Patrick Torbett, his crew chief, on the box tonight. And you talked about that Salem race last year.
Yeah, Andrew actually is a full-time employee at Jordan Anderson Racing, the O'Reilly Series team, and actually run some races this year for Jordan Anderson in their third car. Get some more experience.
But Davis up into the top 10. Quinn Davis in the 85, 17 years of age from Sparta, Tennessee.
Been solid this entire race, running her up in the top 10 or near the top 10. Had a solid top 15 earlier this year at Toledo, so this is no surprise to see her running well like she is. Really does a nice job.
City Garage Motorsports Ford, Ryan Bell on her box. She runs 9th, just ahead of Max Reeves, who was involved in the last wreck. He's in the 18, rounds out the top 10. Laura Busto is out of the care center, and she is with Josh.
Isabella, I know it's a tough break for you. Race ends before you wanted to. What happened there from your perspective, and how do you come to terms with how this unfortunately keeps happening?
Yeah, I mean, I'm super bummed for my whole team. They put in a lot of work today. We had a really fast Mobil 1 Toyota Camry, and we're running up in the top 5 the whole day, and I think we had a top 3 car at the end, but yeah, I just got raced with the 18 hard and just overcooked the entry there and ended our day.
Thanks, Isabella.
Kind of how you saw it, overcooked the entry?
Yeah, a little bit. Again, she didn't have a whole lot of room, but just got in the corner a little bit too hard, got a little bit loose, and when you get loose like that, then you need more room to try to catch the car, and unfortunately the 18 was there. Had Max not have been there, she would have just got a little bit sideways and driven away, but unfortunately that hard racing like that, and she's victimized once again.
Carson Brown led the first 76 laps, and now Honeycutt in the 17 has led the last 19. Bochelle up in the top 3, and Amanda has more on him.
Yeah, you look at the stats of this young kid racing so far. He's in his 6th race, and his average finish is 5th, and you can see why. There he's racing in P3, trying to make that average even better. But we talk about the double that he's doing tonight. I was talking to his crew chief, Jeremy Donnelly, tonight in the trucks race. Gavin found out about 2 months ago that he would be doing his debut here tonight, and Jeremy said he's been attached to his hip, wanting to learn as much as he can. Well, he's made an impact in ARCA and hoping to do that tonight, but I also think that he's also earned the respect of drivers. I want to go back to that finish that he had where he pushed Gio Ruggiero to the lead on a restart. I just remember Gio coming over to him and shaking his hand. So Gavin racing not only smart, but earning fans out here as well.
Thank you, Amanda. And those are, boy, you love to hear the preparation, A, and B, the 2 guys in the trucks are running 1 and 3, as we talked about. We'll start 19th tonight, Will Bochelle.
Yeah, Bochelle's only finished outside the top 10 this year was at Chicagoland, and that was because his team wasn't able, on a scheduled pit stop at the break, wasn't able to get his car out in front of the pace car. Lost a lap, and that's why his finish was outside the top 10. He ran a lot better than that in that race.
So really out of his control in that. Here's our, now the caution is out. 5th caution here for debris on lap 101.
Yeah, the intensity is going to be ratcheting up pretty soon here, inside of 50 laps to go. It's amazing the changes that Bruce Cook and his team were able to make for that 17 of Honeycutt. But he's pretty good chauffeur behind the wheel as well.
Yeah, he's led the last 23 for the 23-year-old from Willow Park, Texas. Caution for debris, lap 102 at IRP. Beautiful night about 14 miles west of downtown Indianapolis at IRP. With the trucks to come later on tonight under our 5th caution. The final third of this race in the 13th race of the season in the ARCA Menards Series. Down to Josh Sims. He's found himself some special guests.
Yeah, down here with a guy that has had success in the Truck Series, and Corey Heim has his first career Cup Series win with 2311 as well. But you get to come out here and see the guys in a place you used to love to race.
Yeah, this is an interesting place for me, man. I've never had a lot of success here, but I always really enjoy coming here. I feel like I tell people all the time, like, there's not a lot of tracks where I've never really had success, but I actually still like the track. Normally when you're bad somewhere, you're like, oh, I hate that place. This is one of those places that I've always really enjoyed coming to, even without a win and everything. But yeah, Indianapolis is a great place for good racing, and I love that they bring them to the short track. I honestly wish to see maybe the Cup Series one day, but also Riley coming here would be awesome. So definitely puts on a good show, and glad to be, I guess, just a fan tonight, but a part of it in some way.
And Corey will be in action this weekend at the big track. And speaking of the big track, Taylor Gray as well. And we saw the news this week, re-signing with Joe Gibbs. So what's it like to know you'll be back with the team for another year?
Yeah, I know it's awesome, right? Like, to get work with the same group of guys for 3 years, going on 3 years has been great. I've never got to do that throughout my career. Just always kind of, either moved up or haven't spent a whole lot of time with the same group of guys. So I'm excited just to be able to, continue growing, right, as a group together. So yeah, it's really exciting. Talking to Corey, I miss racing out here. It's so much fun. It's such a great short track. But yeah.
That's the cool thing about this track, guys. Even when they move on to the next level, they still love to come back and see the guys race.
Yeah, Corey talked about not having a whole lot of success there. There weren't many racetracks here in the Truck Series that he didn't have a lot of success at. As many races as he won, set the all-time record last year for wins in a season. And Taylor Gray already a two-time winner in the O'Reilly Series in his young career.
That's right. And Tanner, his brother, will start 17th in the Truck Series tonight. How about the way, I can't get over how Heim won it in such dramatic fashion, winning that championship at Phoenix last year.
Oh my gosh.
Passed about 9 trucks.
It would have been a crime for him not to win with a dominant season that he had. But let's get ready for this restart. Your critical restart.
Big time, it's Honeycutt, the control car on the outside, with Brown on the inside, green flag, back in the air at IRP, and 3 wide, they go immediately to the bottom, it's Bochelle, along with the 28 of Carson Brown, trying to make the pass here on the 17 of Honeycutt, who rides the high line down the backstretch.
At least 3 wide. I thought we were going to be 4 wide for a moment from about 3rd on back. Carson Brown was aggressive trying to get that car past the 17. Caution is out once again.
6th time tonight the yellow flag flies, and it's the 13, and that is Rita Goulet, who's running 22nd.
I think good news for Destiny Spurlock. She appears to be the lead car, not on the lead lap, so I think she will get the free pass after that earlier spin. Put Destiny back on the lead lap. There she is right there. It was announced a few months ago that actually she is going to run a pro stock motorcycle at the drag strip right outside the grandstands here.
Awesome.
There's a view right there. Heavy traffic on this restart. Rita probably had a little bit of a nudge and turned her around.
She's running 22nd at the time in that 13 car. Integrity Auto Sports Toyota.
But how about running in a quarter mile, running about 200 miles an hour on a pro stock motorcycle?
Love watching it.
Yes.
Wouldn't do it. Never do it.
Wouldn't do it. Love watching it. Certainly admire the people that are able to do it.
100%.
Yeah. Looks like maybe a Grand Infinger fan right there with a Champion Power Equipment shirt on.
This is a great scene. You used the right word earlier, vibe. The vibe around here is just fantastic.
And always has been, always has been. You know, whether you come here to this great little short track or go over to the Brickyard, the vibe in the city of Indianapolis is huge.
It's so easy to do both. Only about 7 miles separate this place from the Brickyard. And again, if you want to go downtown and eat a good steak, one of the best in the country.
Yeah.
That's only about 14 miles away. So let's take a look just how close it is if you want to just zip over to the Brickyard, which you will want to do for the rest of the weekend after tonight.
Yeah, just under 8 miles. What a great weekend of racing it is here in Indianapolis. And the weather we talked about at the top of the show is perfect. Absolutely perfect. We haven't said that a whole lot here lately.
We haven't.
During any of these races.
Yeah. And I was talking about the great steakhouse, of course, St. Elmo, legendary place. One of our cohorts has the night off, and he was sending us pictures of watching the race there in
St. Elmo's
inside the restaurant.
Great view here from the high up above IRP. See, Annunziata was able to grab that third spot on the restart.
It's pretty good work on such a short, tiny little run like that to grab a spot. Nitro fleet of those cars. Got 3 right now in the top 5 with Annunziata, Boschel, and Bowman.
And remember, Higgins spawned earlier, lost a lap, got his lap back, still solidly up in the top 10. We haven't seen him in several years here in the ARCA Series, but he's a regular competitor at Kingsport Speedway in Tennessee, and I think he's won 10 of their 14 feature races this year. 10 of 14. That's a pretty good percentage.
I would say so.
There he is right there, that 15 car, Ashton Higgins.
Well, Amanda is standing by with another trucker getting set for tonight.
Well, we talk about Indianapolis, the motorsports space, and man, this guy gets a rave of the crowd every time he leads the Indianapolis 500. Trying his best at the Ram truck tonight here. What are your thoughts ahead of this one, Connor?
Just trying to learn as quick as I can, as fast as I can. Really just appreciate Colleague Racing and the Ram Trucks group, and everyone at Cummins. Cummins is on my truck, so that's really cool being an Indiana guy. So yeah, just super thankful to be here. Honestly, to get a chance to race cars is a lot of fun. Race trucks, that is. Excuse me. But yeah, it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a tough one for me to learn, but I'm just excited to go racing.
We'll see you soon.
Thank you so much.
He has made 13 career starts in the Indianapolis 500. Now going to try his hand at trucks tonight.
Yeah, he's a fun dude too, Connor Daly. There's his truck. Here's Ram right there, sponsored by Cummins, as he said.
So much fun to see Ryan Newman in that truck last week. You know, one thing it's shown is even some of the best drivers in the world down through history it's been challenging in that 25. I thought our guy Boyer was running pretty well there at Dover, right inside the top 15 before he ran into trouble. All right. Pick up speed into the restart line, and green flag back in the air with Honeycutt on the outside of Carson Brown in the 28. Boschel right there in the 25. 3 wide behind the top 2.
Yeah, very much a replay of that previous restart with Carson Brown trying to make it happen on the inside. But look at these side-by-side battle for third. 3 wide now as Bowman joins a little contact.
Between the 25 of Boschel and the 70 of Annunziata. There's Pullman with Boschel.
Annunziata's going to lose a couple spots here on this restart. Both Boschel and the 20 of Bowman get by him.
Meantime, it was Honeycutt with another good restart into 17. Has pulled out in front of Carson Brown by a half second.
See, Kitzmiller was on the outside of Annunziata, now trying to make the crossover to the inside. Now he's going to tuck in behind. There goes Bowman to the inside of Boschel. That's a battle for third.
Contact on the 70 here on that last sequence. Let's take you back to that.
Watch the 70 on the inside of the 25 of Boschel. There you saw the smoke there where the tires rubbed. There's our point battle right there. You got Bowman in 4th and Annunziata in 5th. There's Higgins in the 15, Patterson in the 40. 7th and 8th right there.
A couple of newer names, guys we don't often see running up in the top 10. They've taken advantage tonight. As they run, Bowman a 9-point lead on Annunziata. It began, and the green flag dropped to start the night at 8 points.
It'll be a 2-point swing right here if Annunziata is able to make this pass, and he was able to.
Up into 4th for the 70 of Thomas Annunziata.
It went from 9 to 7, just like that.
Just like that, live as they run.
Again, with Robusto's trouble, it's definitely a 2-man horse race for this championship this year.
No question about it. 7 races to go after tonight in this 20-race season. And a lot of short tracks that you've talked about.
Yeah, 5 of our 8 remaining races, this being one of them, on short tracks. We're going to do it again in a couple weeks in Iowa. That great
I love
track
that
race in Iowa, absolutely. banking and running 2 and 3 wide. We'll see that again here in a couple weeks.
Annunziata, by the way, has finished better than Pullman in 3 of the last 4 races, trying to do it again here. Late tonight, he runs right in front of the 20 of Pullman. As you see, Bochelle trying to hold off Annunziata. Bochelle runs 3rd.
These guys are teammates with Nitro Motorsports, but I think right now Annunziata is looking at that position and a point right there. I mean, you might give your teammate a little bit more of a break than you would give someone else, but you still got to go for it.
Battle for 3rd. Gavin Bochelle, Thomas Annunziata.
As you can see from the pylon, about a 2nd lead right now for Honeycutt over Carson Brown. As we continue to watch this battle for 3rd. How about Zachary Tinkle? Yeah. Again, family-owned team, making his 2nd start with his family-owned team. Had a great run at Berlin this year. Qualified just outside the top 10, finished inside the top 10. I think his most competitive race that he has run. And here he is, Josh, again running in the top 10.
Yeah, guys, and I talked to Zachary before this race about being an owner and being a driver, and he said the biggest thing for him now is being the priority with the team and getting to call his own shots. Obviously, he had opportunities to be full-time in the series. He's done that in the past, but now he wants to have his own. He's getting an opportunity to do that, and he said the goal for today was just to prove that they belong. He said a top 10 would be a win for this team. They're only going to run about 3 races this year with an eye on next year and running more races. He's not sure if they'll ever go full-time in the series again, maybe some in the East, but he really wants to just get this team off the ground, have great runs, and get back to enjoying what he's doing. And right now he's doing that and more, running in the top 10.
He's the great grandson of Harry McQuinn, who made 10 Indianapolis 500 starts and later served as chief steward at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And of course, Zachary, this is his home track for the 24-year-old Speedway, Indiana native.
You know, that means a lot for his family to be running well at his home track here.
Meantime, it's Honeycutt by nearly a second out front in the 17. He's now led the last 47 laps. With 25 to go here at IRP.
It's just unbelievable how much better that car is than it was in that first half of the race. He was doing all he could do to hang on positions and lost a few positions towards the end of that first break, or first part of the race. But man, they made some changes and that thing has been flying.
You got it. By the way, the last 10 ARCA short track races were won by either Joe Gibbs Racing or Pinnacle Racing Group. Honeycutt could end that here tonight and take Cook Racing Technologies into victory lane.
Yeah, for the 2nd time this year.
.23 to go. Carson Brown, 8/10 back of our leader Honeycutt. Brown has been phenomenal. He won our 2nd race of the year in the spring in Phoenix.
A big surprise to see him running up in the top 2, isn't it? He's gained a little bit now. He's gained a couple tenths, maybe a 1/4 of a second over the last 2-3 laps on Honeycutt. There he is right there, about 8 car lengths behind. Brown, the fastest car on the racetrack that last lap. Let's see what this lap is. Same situation, 0.13 of a second faster than was Caden Honeycutt. That gap is noticeably getting shorter. A lot of lap traffic up ahead of these cars too.
20 laps to go in the LiUNA 150 presented by Ideal Garage Doors.
Gain another 0.07 of a second. Carson Brown is coming, and look at all those lap cars, Brent.
On the move, the 28 has cut it down to a 0.5 second.
Oh, sideways himself up the corner. Tell me he's not going for it.
Oh, he's going for it with 19 to go on this just under 7/10 of a mile short track oval.
Yeah, catching Caden Honeycutt's going to be one thing. Passing him will be another.
You've seen that be challenging. Remember how long it took Reeves earlier in the race? Reeves, in case you're wondering, for Joe Gibbs Racing, has fallen to 9th. He is still on the lead lap. Got in a wreck with the 55 early on in the second half of this race.
We saw Honeycutt. We saw him through the windshield working on that steering wheel coming up off the corner.
He's the only 2 to lead laps tonight. Brown has led 77, but it's been a Honeycutt who has led the last 54.
There's the 66 of Destiny Spurlock. Destiny going a lap down. Remember, she got the free pass. That's Jason Kitzmiller, the 97. He's running in the 16th position right now. About to go another lap down to Caden Honeycutt. Look at Carson Brown against the grass, getting by Destiny and the other lap car, the 11.
He's doing everything he can in that 28. Clearly wants the victory, but in second right now, he is in position to be the second ARCA driver to finish top 3 in his first 6 starts. The other was Connor Zillage. Look at this tight race. Through the lap traffic.
Watch him thread the needle here between Buscaglia and Destiny. Just over a half second now. There it is, about 4 or 5 car lengths with yet more heavy traffic for our leaders. Looks like they're clearing the lap traffic for a moment. There's a clump of 4 cars 2-3 seconds ahead of them. They'll catch them within the next 2 or 3 laps.
Honeycutt by almost 6/10, 14 to go. There's an Annunziata with Bochelle, pat of 30, gets underneath the 25 and makes the pass.
Something looked a little bit odd with Bochelle. This may be why it looked a little odd. That's why it looked a little odd. A little bit of a nudge from teammate.
It's one way to get it done, Phil. Late in the race, pay window open.
Yeah, and drive away. That's the way to do it.
Don't hang around to see what he might want to do back. How about the 79 getting underneath the 20? Gives him a nudge. Pay window indeed open, Phil. We're seeing it.
Battle for the 5th position. Isaac Kitzmiller trying to make the move on the 20 of Bowman. Oh, not quite able to clear Bowman.
Door to door. Down the back stretch.
Higgins right there behind. Higgins going to. How about this battle for the lead?
It's Carson Brown getting underneath the 17 of Honeycutt. Can he rep the bottom and get to the point?
He has them cleared by a couple car lengths with heavy lap traffic in front of them.
Carson Brown back to the lead in IRP with 11 left.
Uh-oh, watch out for these lap cars.
Now it's Honeycutt on the top of the 17, trying to regain that lead position through the lap traffic, weaving their way through. The 17 by a nose on the 28, but once again, wrapping the bottom is Brown, and they go door to door for the lead. Honeycutt and Brown, and it's Honeycutt for the moment with 10 to go.
What a great battle here. One on the bottom, one on the top, and a lap car in the middle.
It's Honeycutt and Brown, and once again Honeycutt able to weave his way through. Bowman sideways, and here comes Isaac Kitzmiller once again in the 79 at the paddle for 5th.
Bowman's going to fight back on the bottom of the racetrack, but the momentum from the high side is going to work for Kitzmiller. A bit of a nudge as the pay window is open.
A lot of nudges late, 8 to go at IRP. It was Brown for a few moments, but a Honeycutt now back in front by 7/10 of a second.
See Patterson trying to make the move on Bowman as well for position. About a 3/4 of a second lead right now with 7 to go.
You made the point, Phil, that Brown was clear by a couple of car lengths, but right at that moment, they ran into really heavy traffic. In the end, Honeycutt able to navigate it a little bit better, it seemed like.
Yeah, without a doubt. He just caught brake and caught the car at the right spot. Oh, something happened to Brown. Brown is off the pace.
Way off the pace for the 28 of Carson Brown, who has led 78 laps tonight.
There's Bochelle.
He was running second at the time and down to Josh.
Yeah, guys, and Carson Brown just came over the radio, told the team the car just shut off. Looks like he got it fired back off, but a tough break as he was running down to 17.
He's lost nearly 3.5 seconds, and now Honeycutt pulling away with 5 to go for the win.
Yeah, a couple spots, Annunziata and Bochelle both got by to take over second and third. There's Bochelle right there in the 25.
Disastrous for Carson Brown, who's driven a whale of a race here tonight.
Could try to fight back underneath the 25 of Bochelle, try to grab third spot back. Heavy traffic again. Bochelle's going to go all the way up, Carson Brown all the way to the bottom of the racetrack, is able to make that pass on Bochelle.
He's coming with a vengeance at this point. He's back into third. He was hoping to battle once again for the win. Now he's in third. He's got to take aim at Annunziata while holding off Bochelle with 4 to go. It's Honeycutt by 3.7 seconds.
It's almost a second and a half up to Annunziata from Carson Brown. Well, you can't win 2 races in the same night unless you win the first one.
He did it at Watkins Glen. The last time he did the ARCA Trucks double, he swept him on a Friday night in upstate New York in the spring, trying to do it again tonight. In that 17, the 23-year-old from Willow Park, Texas for Cook Racing Technologies. That Toyota with Sean Samuels, his crew chief, and 2 to go here at IRP. White flag in the air. 1 lap remaining. It's Caden Honeycutt by 3.6 seconds on Annunziata.
Caden says just no caution flags. Let's get to the checker here.
Down the back stretch for the final time for Honeycutt. Into 3 and 4 for the number 17 car of Caden Honeycutt. Down the home stretch he comes and takes the checkered flag at IRP.
What a nice rebound by Annunziata to move up to the runner-up spot.
Second career win in his 8th career start. The 23-year-old Caden Honeycutt doing what he did at Watkins Glen, and now he's got a shot once again at the clean sweep with the trucks to come tonight.
Which certainly is a shame that Carson Brown had whatever issue, that car stalling or losing power momentarily, cheated him out of an opportunity to race Caden Honeycutt for this win. But take nothing away from the job Honeycutt did.
Becoming a 3rd driver with multiple wins this year, joining Gio Ruggiero and Max Reeves. In his 2nd start at Indianapolis Raceway Park, he gets his first win on this short track.
I believe he's 2 for 2 in ARCA this year, isn't he?
That's exactly right.
Smoke show for the fans. Crowd appreciates it.
Caden Honeycutt headed to victory lane as he climbs out of the 17. Cook Racing Technologies Toyota. 2 for 2 this season in the ARCA Menards Series for Honeycutt.
He will be going for his 4th attempt at winning 2 races in the same day. Watkins Glen and 2 Cars Tour weekends where he swept.
Fantastic stuff. Great storyline going through the rest of the night under the lights for the trucks, but he gets to celebrate this one at least for a little while.
That's a long run. That's a pretty wide front straightaway.
Long run to get the checkered flag. And he's going to be joined, as he gives it to a young fan, by Amanda Busick.
Well, Caden, I can't imagine a feeling like that ever gets old as you climb out as the winner here on a Friday night in front of IRP. And I know this one was a little bit of redemption for you. You weren't happy with how things finished last year. You carved through traffic there at the end to get this win. Do you call it redemption?
Oh, I don't know. I guess so. Man, I'm just so proud of everyone at Cook Racing Technologies. Mohawk, MMI, man, everyone that came up aboard this weekend. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Thank you, fans, for showing up on a Friday night. You guys could be drinking beer and having candy at your house on your couch, and you guys come and support us, and we appreciate that so much. Man, it just thank you, Mobile One, Safe Flight, everyone that lets me come do this. I appreciate it so much. I've never felt so prepared in my career, and every week I've been 0-2, I've been feeling so all right. So. This all for Bruce Cook. These guys, I don't know if that shows them enough that they can come compete at this level and beat these guys. It's me and Carson had a hell of a race. I don't know sure what happened to him. I hate that happened, but it was wild through lap traffic. I had a body slam one guy. Very sorry for that, but I had to go. So yeah, it was so awesome. Gained some really good experience for a couple hours.
You know, you picked up your first truck series win after winning in ARCA in the same day. Can you pick up your second?
Man, I hope so, but it's gonna be tougher. You know, we had a good practice. It wasn't great, but I have no doubt that Scott Zipadelli and my guys are gonna give the best adjustments they can to start off this race here in a couple hours. And regardless of what happens, we've had a good season so far, and we're just trying to gain momentum, get our short track program better, before going to Bristol in the chase, and also keep our seating. So a lot of things going on, but I hope you fans are ready for another show because we're gonna put on another one for you guys.
Congratulations to Caden Honeycutt, your winner here on Friday night at IRP.
Love it, and now he starts 6th in the truck race at 8 Eastern here on FS1. Begins the night 2nd in points. And the Reese's sweet move of the race, his ability to make that pass and weave his way through after going in front of the 28 of Brown.
Yeah, Carson Brown had the lead and had a couple car lengths that came up in this heavy traffic, and Cade just picked the right lane, got a break with the lap cars, was able to grab that lead back, and then inevitably Carson had some sort of an issue just moments after this that took him out of contention. But nonetheless, a great sweet move by Caden Honeycutt.
Good job by Brown, by the way, to battle back for 3rd. Visit ARCARacing.com Monday, 3 Eastern to see who's crowned Reese's sweet move of the race. Honeycutt wins, and Annunziata 2nd. Carson Brown 3rd. Honeycutt in the 17 is 2 for 2 in 2026. Second career win and his 8th career start in the ARCA Menards Series for Caden Honeycutt in the 17. He's 2 for 2 this year, the 23-year-old. Willow Park, Texas. Carson Brown settled for 3rd. He's with Josh.
Yeah, and he led 78 laps, was battling for the lead, briefly took it, then had to battle through some lap traffic, and then had an issue with the car. Bring me through the end of the race and what happened?
Yeah, it was a little more eventful than I wanted it to be. I felt like we had a really good car, more so long-run car. Struggled to fire off after that pit stop for some reason. Just couldn't quite get the turn in the center we needed to commit to throttle like the 17 car. And got back by him whenever we had that longer stint and felt really good about it. Had a few lap cars get in my way. I got shuffled back a little bit and was working my way back up to him. Got inside in 3 and 4 and then just lost all power. And then was able to get it fired back up and back into 4th, I think it was, and then ended up 3rd after a few lap pass. But man, just needed a little bit more, and we just let another one slip away.